Today on Suncoast View, a big budget decision for Florida. How will it affect our local arts organizations? We'll discuss.
This is my favorite time of year. It is vacation season, and we're getting ready to travel in style and stress-free with our lifestyle experts' favorite clothes and accessories.
You may not consider the Suncoast the most cutting-edge place for architecture, but today we feature true modern homes in Suncoast for sale. All that and now, more right now on the Suncoast View.
Oh, welcome to the show. We're having a happy hump day. Yes, it's the middle of the week. We're having a good time. Linda and Stephanie are both off today.
Who needs
so
them?
we're holding down the fort.
We're trying to.
Yes, welcome back to the Players Center's Artistic Director Jeffrey Kinn
Hi, everybody.
one of our favorite authors, Sheba Mateo.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you for having us.
We're glad you're here.
Thank you.
We were looking for some familiar faces to kind of keep the table in line.
Yes.
And a big welcome back to our new guest host,
Thank
Bianca
you.
Jade.
Hello.
Yay.
Yeah, love it, love it.
Yeah, so Bianca, you are joining us from New York, so it's a little warmer down here,
Yes,
thankfully.
we've got the nor'easter happening up there right now, so
Oh.
I'm very thankful to be here.
We're glad that you're here, and we,
Yes.
we want you to stay, but we're also hoping you can get out when you need.
Yes.
So you are, tell us a little bit about MsFit.com.
Sure. So MsFit.com is a destination I created 10 years ago for women that want to live a healthy, active lifestyle, but who maybe aren't obsessed with going to the gym or always eating 100%, super healthy. So it's all about like making healthy choices, but also really living life and, having a good time.
That's great.
Yes, and Bianca, you were with us just a few months ago, and she brought some great new tech items to help us kind of stay on our
Yes.
New Year's resolutions. And I know later on you're going to give us some more
We're
items.
going to do more fashionable accessories
Yes.
for spring.
For spring,
Yeah.
and they won't take up too much space in our suitcase, which
love
is
that.
great.
Yeah, because who else has that problem where you get to the airport and they're like, oh, you're over 2-3 pounds, you need to put it somewhere else. And I'm like, where am I going to put it?
Excuse me, stranger, do you
I'm
mind taking
know.
the
stuffing my pockets.
It becomes a terrible game of Sophie's Choice with your shoes.
right.
You're like, which
Yes.
ones could I afford to lose? Well, we are very happy to hear more later on. And a big welcome to one of our favorite faces in the kitchen, Deepa from The Indian Table and Louis Modern. Welcome.
Right, thank you.
What are we
Good to
making?
be here. So today we're making spicy potato samosa cups with shot glass chutneys. So a lot of fun to eat and very simple and quick to make.
Notice she said very simple. She's been here before.
Well,
She knows.
She knows that Jeffrey cannot cook to save his life.
Well, you identified the turmeric, so I know that you
Yes,
are
that's-
onto a head start there.
that's true.
So
Yes.
I love turmeric.
I do too.
I drink turmeric lattes. That's my new thing.
Okay.
Turmeric
And-
latte?
Yes, turmeric has so many healthy benefits.
I take it
that
as a pill.
There you go.
For my old bones.
Yes,
Yeah.
well, we're going to soon get to take it in the kitchen. And I know
Yes.
that
Delicious.
Deepa also teaches cooking classes at Louis Modern that are coming up. She'll tell us a little more about that later on. Well, Jeffrey, I just got back from vacation.
Yes.
But I noticed from Facebook stalking that you just got back from a trip to Costa Rica.
I went to Costa Rica for a week and had a great time. Yes, with my partner. We had a little time in San Jose, and then we went to Lake Arenal with a volcano. Yeah, that's that. I was so impressed with that volcano, and it's always shrouded in clouds. So we were driving away from the area actually, and then the clouds all parted, and so then I jumped out and took my picture because you never see the peak. You never see the peak.
Right.
It does kind of look like it's smoking. It's not really
Okay,
smoking.
I was going to say, most people would run, but you pointed.
And then, of course, we took a horseback trip at that same location, and we showed up for the trip, and the guy was like, you guys are it. So we had a really, the two of us just had a great time.
Wow, a private tour.
A private tour
love
on
that's
our
incredible.
horses. And he also said it was the fastest tour he's ever had because both Marcos and I were like, let's go, giddy up. So we were like going really fast. It was a lot of fun. I'm still a little glowing from that
Yes.
vacation.
And it
Do you ever get the
shows.
post-vacation downs, though? Like, that's what kills me.
Do not do that. So when you're there, you just have to meditate and think, how do I bring this home? How
I do that.
How do I bring this
How
home?
do I get that feeling of
That's
that
right.
beach, or how do I get the feeling of that horseback ride?
Yes, because
And-
we live in paradise.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
it's kind of like, how do we pack it in so much that we're not enjoying
That's
our own
why.
paradise? Yeah, yeah.
I live in New York City, so
right.
most of the time I have to return to horrible weather, cold
right,
weather.
right. Oh, that's
We do
sorry.
always say when we get on the plane or wherever to come back home, we do always say, thank goodness we're coming back to this
Paradise.
place.
Yes. Of course.
It's crazy. Yeah.
So it's nice to bring vacation back with you.
It
And you work
is.
very hard, so I'm glad you got a chance to kind of
Thank
unwind
you very
and
much for
unplug.
understanding that the theater sometimes is a challenging place to be.
Yes, well, that actually brings us to our first hot topic.
Okay.
Well, it is a new Florida budget approval. It could cut arts funding to nearly an eighth of what it was in 2016. The new state budget of $10,000 per arts organization was passed over the weekend. That's down from roughly $47,000 in 2017 and $97,000 in 2016. Some local groups have voiced their concern that they will have to downsize and cut some jobs in order to meet the new budgets. While State Representative Joe Gruters says that the decision was made in light of funding school security and mental health funding. So it's a tough trade-off. I mean, I know that money can't just come from, it has to come from somewhere in a budget. But Jeffrey, this is, you're at the Players Center. Tell us how this will affect you.
Well, the problem is it always affects the people that need it the most. So it's the extracurricular things that we do. It's not us producing our Broadway series. It's not us producing our Snap series. It's our school. It's our students. It's those teachers that where the class maybe isn't as full as it should be, but we let that class go anyway because there's 3 great kids instead of 9 great kids. So those are the things that are going to have to get cut first. So it's always the most susceptible. It's always the people that need it the most that get hurt the most. And for an area that the arts is so important, it is a little slap in the face for people to kind of basically tell you that you're not worthy of this funding. That's what it feels like. But at the same point, we add a lot to our local economy. So especially as a community theater where we hire locally, everything is done locally. So it is disturbing and upsetting, and unfortunately sometimes there's nothing you can do about it except vote.
Yes, okay, so I come from this from a different perspective, simply because I have a 7-year-old. And I had the honor of meeting with Dr. Covert last week, and he shared a lot with us with regard to the times that we are in, okay, in terms of the recent shootings, mass shootings, things of that nature. So when you look at the new climate, the arts is, for me, what drew me to Sarasota, especially living in New York for 15 years.
Yes,
and that is why I'm here. However, understanding that we have a different generation of children that are going to schools that are at large part, some areas, not as secure as they could be. If I had to personally choose, I would rather have my daughter in a secure environment.
Of course.
And I'd rather help fundraise and raise, awareness for the
But
for
will
the great
people
shows.
do that?
I think, I agree with you.
Right.
Will people do it on their own? No.
Yeah.
But it becomes a better initiative. It's almost like the same thing with security at schools. What we talked about was the fact that those children that are isolated from the time that they're in 1st grade, 2nd grade, throughout high school, are the ones that all the children kind of knew what was really going on, but no one embraced that child,
But
right?
how can we be sure that those funds are actually going to that kind of protection of our schools and our children versus other places?
Transparency. Yeah, it has to be, full on transparency, full disclosure, those sorts of things.
And we don't know for exactly that the money that would have gone to arts did go to the school funding. This was a quote in the Herald Tribune article from State Rep Joe Gruters. Are we, though, then kind of treating the symptom, which is protecting, because the arts can be a huge outlet for kids. They can be a huge outlet for kids that could be facing mental health problems.
We've had kids in our program that have come through our program, and the mother writes us a letter. I mean, I can show it to you, where she said, it was your guys' school. It was your classes. It was that experience that turned him around. He now looks towards the future. He was the odd kid that sat in the corner and wouldn't talk to anybody, and now he did a role, and his life has changed. He has something to look forward to.
But think about it this way in terms of the funding. Let's just say it takes 2-3 years to get all of the schools up to date and where they need to be. Then maybe that funding can go back to the theater, because what we'll have is the same thing you're saying. Great schools are secure, but now what do we do with all these children that are available
acting
after school?
out?
That's right. They need to
they need an outlet.
Well, this will be an ongoing discussion for sure, because I know that it's hitting all of our arts organizations at different levels.
And it might be good for it to be a discussion among kids themselves. Just like they're so outspoken about the kids that just recently went through that whole ordeal. Maybe we can talk to kids about how the arts affects their everyday lifestyles, and not just make it a conversation within the adult community.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Correct.
And you know what? It's also going to mean it's jobs. It'll mean jobs here on the Suncoast. Well, speaking of, there is a nationwide teacher shortage, and the Suncoast is no exception. Education experts say there are simply fewer teachers to choose from to hire, due to graduates choosing other career options and fewer college students choosing education as their field of study. Competitive pay is also a problem. Both Manatee and Sarasota counties are losing teachers to higher paying Pinellas County schools. Both districts have a referendum vote on March 20th, which could somewhat help that problem. So here's the question: how do we get kids to want to be teachers again? Is it a discount on a college degree if they go into education?
I think we're looking at another shift. I think we're looking at a shift in the educational system just based on technology. You know, I have friends that do homeschool, and they homeschool based on certain curriculums that are available online, and even high school students are actually taking Stanford classes online, which gives the families a lot more flexibility to travel. So I think there's a shift.
Right.
You know, if we could kind of, you know, look at the educational system for what it really brings to our lives, which is community, and maybe take a different approach. You know, again,
But we'll still need bodies in the room.
I
You know, we
need
still
that
need
person. You know, I need the Mr. Walton and the Mrs. Warfel from that helped me get through my high school experience and helped me
Yes.
see things differently.
That's
you
right.
need those mentors, and I have a feeling part of it is the fact that we just don't treat teachers well, and
or pay them well.
or
I mean,
pay
we're
them well.
seeing that now.
Yes.
And I think that, you know, just watching how everything, you know, played out with that shooting and everything, and all these teachers speaking up, and, you know, even hearing the president talk about maybe teachers carrying, you know, being armed, that
Yeah.
kind
Gosh,
of
that
thing.
gives me
I mean,
goosebumps.
it's a scary time to be a teacher. What I would
Yes.
like to see is, you know, more marketing things being done about like what it's like to be a teacher in this day and age, because I don't have kids, so
Right.
I don't know, you know,
Right.
and I would love to see more teachers spotlighted. I think that's
could not
really
agree with you. They work so
important.
hard.
Well, you
day
don't
and
hear it
night.
as an option that
That's
like
right.
a high school guidance counselor would send kids in. Oh, why don't you look into teaching because there's
Right.
this, and
Absolutely.
this. It seems like you have to love it so much that you're
Right.
going to put up with
That's right.
the conditions to be a teacher. And
That's
it isn't
right.
just a problem on the Suncoast. This is a national
We never
problem.
love our teachers enough. I think that's, you know, the problem is we don't give, you know, our educators enough appreciation
agree.
and PR.
I agree.
No.
I agree. I could not agree with you more, and I'm sure we've all been positively impacted by those teachers that just, you know, made you, you know,
Right.
go that extra mile and push
Yes.
but that's what I mean. Like, if we looked at it as a community and them as mentors and think of education as a different aspect of that, you know, maybe they would be able to provide what, I mean, they're the ones that are making us the human beings that we are.
It's
Well,
true.
We're
and
with
if
them
there was
8 hours a day.
If there was
Yeah.
a teacher that impacted your life, call them, thank
Yes.
them,
Yes.
and let's hope.
That's a great
on a
idea.
lighter note, we're gonna
Yes.
lighten up our hot topics a little
That was
bit.
pretty light.
I know.
We love our teachers.
It's only Wednesday.
Miss Macklin.
Well, every state we know is guilty of having their own regional slang terms. Well, how does each state compare with the rest of the country? Well, BuzzFeed asked their readers what their most commonly used slang terms were. And here in Florida, we got the word green. Not green as in environmentally friendly, green as in flawed, you know, not yet ripe, novice.
Okay.
Ohio, Jeffrey, your home state,
Oh,
has
please.
please, as in come again. If you didn't hear someone
Please.
clearly, you
Oh
may
yeah,
say
people are
please.
always
Please,
confused when I
girl,
say that.
please.
Please?
Please?
No, if I don't hear you or understand you well, I say please.
Well, and for the New Yorkers at the table, Bianca and Sheba, New York wants you to know they're serious about something. They say dead.
Yes, I
A.
was just saying this today.
I won't
like,
share the.
Like, that's so cool. Like, I'm dead. I just died.
Yes.
Like, it's amazing. Like, it just killed me.
I died, and obviously they add
That's not
another
new. We've been saying
word
that
at
for
the
years.
end of that. We used to
spell
say
that word,
we used to say
ASS?
bad A, so I'm
Yeah.
surprised. And for Missouri, which is your hometown, Bianca, we
Yes.
are Hoosier. Now, not the same way that Indiana uses it. In Missouri, it means someone who is less educated.
Yeah, it's from the country. You know, I grew up saying the word Hoosier, and whenever I would say that, because I went to college in New York, people would be so confused, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess this is just a Missouri thing. Yeah, Hoosier is just like, you're from the country, you know?
Must be
Like a
equivalent
bumpkin.
To like,
Yeah, country
or
bumpkin.
Like equivalent to the colloquial Bama.
Oh, all right.
Something.
Bama. Like, I
Well,
remember
actually,
that back
there
in
is
the
one
day.
more state I do want to tell you about, and it's
Yes.
Arizona,
Sorry.
which I think we would share something with them. They use snowbirds quite a bit.
Oh,
What does that mean?
It's someone who travels
Okay,
down
okay.
in
That's
the
you.
winter.
That's the tourist, yeah.
that's you. Coming from New York.
I thought you meant
bringing your
negatively.
cold
I was like,
weather.
oh,
Very
yeah.
SPF when it's
we
actually
love,
kind of cold
we
in
do
Florida.
love our snowbirds.
We
love
love our
our
snowbirds.
snowbird.
Buy tickets to the Player Center while you're here.
All right, it is time for our happy hour forecast. Where are the ladies? I need them back. And when we come back, modern homes in Suncoast for sale.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with your first alert weather update. We are looking at lots of sunshine through this afternoon and clear skies overnight, but much colder air has moved in and it looks like it'll get down into the low 40s across most of the area. Right now it's 65, but that wind's blowing pretty strong out of the north-northwest at 13, anywhere from I'd say 10 to 20 miles an hour up and down the coast, as you see right there, a little bit more so. Right near the water at Minnesota, it's 18 miles an hour out of the west-northwest. Northport at 14, Port Charlie at 13. Temperatures statewide all in the 60s with the exception of Miami, 71 there now, 62 in Jacksonville. And we do have a freeze watch out for North Florida from Gainesville all the way up to Tallahassee and all the way to the panhandle of Florida. That freeze warning now, it's changed over to a freeze warning now. That's in effect until Thursday, 9 a.m. Freezing temperatures are anticipated. No clouds around here, just a lot of clear skies, and that's a result of a large area of high pressure which continues to dominate. Details on all that coming up today at 5.
The Suncoast may be best known for our mid-century modern architecture, but there are some cutting-edge designs popping up in real estate as well. In today's Suncoast for Sale, realtor Andrew Haddad takes a look at modern homes. Now, I've got a question for you because
Sure.
I own a mid-century modern in
Excellent.
general, but
Yeah.
what defines a modern home? What makes it
Yeah.
modern?
Well, you know, again, it's going to be the simple, clean, geometric forms, uncluttered, because there's also the modern aspect of it. And today we're actually looking at the modern and minimalist. So minimal
Okay.
design as well.
Okay.
And it's interesting, the more research we do on this, you know, there's a huge misconception with contemporary versus modern versus minimalist.
Correct.
And, you know, the answer to that is you can't confuse the contemporary with the modern. Contemporary is what's popular this year or this decade.
Okay.
And so what we're going to see today is just basic forms that are becoming very popular. And what's interesting with this builder is the quality they use. Everything is imported or custom craft. Nothing is off the shelf.
let's
And
take a look at
not only
the
that, these are located
examples.
in west of Trail, real close to downtown Sarasota.
wow,
So
hello.
I know, hello.
Nice.
So again, the exterior you're going to see it's nice, open, and simple. Again, this is just the elements. It's poured solid, you know, walls of the concrete. You're going to see impact glass throughout. These homes are similar, so these are twin homes with different designs on the inside. Yet you're going to see a lot of outdoor space as well.
See, I love that.
Yep, very geometric. Every inch of this is being used for, you know, for the clients.
That's
so
right.
there's no wasted space. You're going to see also there's not a lot of decorations, right? You know, I mean,
That's what I like
a
about
lot of clutter. I mean,
bushes,
yeah.
trees to trim.
I can absolutely tell you that my kids would tear this place up. I mean,
but it's funny you say that when looking at it. It doesn't really happen that way.
it doesn't have that
Because
way.
it's clean.
Exactly.
Wow.
And so you can see the geometric forms and the impact glass. You're going to see 10-foot ceilings throughout. When you walk into the foyer, I mean, it's a 24-foot foyer when you walk in. So the aspects of the exterior are just amazing. You want to catch your eye at the beginning. And one thing I wanted to mention about these homes, when they build these style homes, they are timeless. These
Yes.
homes are here to last for a very long time
Yes.
with the poured solid walls and the impact glass and everything. Absolutely.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So it's so funny just to see these designs. My home was actually built in 1959, and those clean lines just
Yeah.
kind of resonate, and it is timeless.
It's
So now,
timeless.
is this something that people are specifically looking for when are they requesting?
Yeah.
You know, I want a clean lined kind of.
Absolutely. So,
Living space?
what we're seeing is, again, the Europeans, are more in touch with this type of architecture. They're more open to it. And our American, obviously, buyers and everything, they're starting to fall in love with that as well. So to answer your question is yes, I feel that, people at different stages in their life are very much drawn to this. And, I think of it like this, how busy and cluttered our lives sometimes.
Yes.
Our house is our home.
That's right.
And if we want to just have more peace, or you can think of it like that at the
I
same
mean, coming
time.
from the
Very
north, when I think of northern homes, I
Sure.
think of tchotchkes everywhere and rugs and lamps, and every inch is just covered with something.
Totally.
Is this part of like the kind of a national trend of downsizing as well?
I guess you could look at it like that. Again, that's what's so beautiful about our real estate market is we have the space, and in Sarasota, especially with the eclectic culture and just the theme that this is welcomed, and we're seeing a lot more of
Oh,
this.
that's cool.
So,
Yeah, that's
love it.
fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, you're gonna take us inside.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh, we got to go inside. Okay, so this is massive. This is an entertainer, chef gourmet kitchen. You're going to see long. I mean, it's a 15-foot wide island there. Very big open space, 10-foot sliders throughout. Again, it's going to be, you know, and the modern and minimal, I'm sorry, doesn't have to be all that cold and hard. You're going to see the natural elements of wood that are brought in through this house. And again, it's what the feeling you get when you walk in.
Yes, and
right?
the fixtures almost
very
Feng shui,
open.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
like the fixtures become the art as well, like
I
the
would
cut up
agree.
the windows and the cabinets.
Everything is important.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
there. Yeah.
And even in the master bedroom, another characteristic of modern and minimal design is the communal areas. So even in the master, you're going to see sitting spaces. In the living room, you see as well, you know, open spaces, bathrooms,
Love that
very
shower.
simple.
Yeah.
At the same time, these are built with, you know, with literally the best materials in
That's
the world.
beautiful.
And again, they're built to last that lifetime. And again, as far as timeless, when you walk into the foyer,
Ooh, look at the stairs.
very interesting. It's a 24-foot ceiling, and then they put a 18-foot, oh gosh, what is it called? The skylight.
Oh, skylight.
18-foot skylight throughout, which is huge. Impact glass, again with the wood elements. The staircase was literally imported from Italy. They had to bring the people that install it over here to actually just put it together.
Wow.
But again, these are built by Gianni Latino, and he's literally the orchestrator of these designs. And they're incredible. We have these right in our hometown. These are top in the nation, and this is what we're seeing.
Beautiful.
How much?
Yeah, oh, there you go.
That's what I'm wondering.
Absolutely.
Is that a good question?
That is a
I
great
know.
question. That is a great
I
question.
need about an
These
hour
are-
in that tub.
Right, these are listed just under $2 million for each home, and again, I mean they're huge. 5 bedrooms, almost 4,000 square feet.
Thank you so much.
You're very
Wow,
welcome.
that's
Appreciate it.
impressive.
That's beautiful.
Absolutely.
For more information about these homes and many others, you can contact Andrew at sellingthesuncoast.com. Next, Jeffrey has a preview of the new show at the Players Center.
Wow, those are.
Designers do it with style.
Tell me what's going on here. Because
Why, you don't
you're
like
li-
my hair?
The Mark and Mandy Show. In-depth design ideas.
What is up with the tuck tape here? Let's cover it up.
Amazing beauty and fashion tips.
So Halle Berry has amazing skin. Her secret is coffee grounds.
No.
Delicious recipes.
Today, I'm gonna show you a special dish that is sure to please that special someone in your life.
Watch The Mark and Mandy Show right here on your favorite channel.
Florida Studio Theater presents Blue Suede Shoes, celebrating the birth of rock and roll. From the father of rock and roll, Chuck Berry, to the king himself, Elvis Presley, this musical review features such great hits as Rock Around the Clock, Mustang Sally, Johnny Be Good, and of course, Blue Suede Shoes. Critics are calling Blue Suede Shoes a burst of rock history, dynamic and high voltage. Audiences are calling it phenomenal. Blue Suede Shoes has been held over by popular demand. Tickets can be purchased by calling 941-366-9000 or by visiting floridastudiotheater.org.
I actually started playing the game at 11 years old, so I started a little bit later than most players. But I was actually raised on Fighting Joe. The value here at Robert Trent Jones is unsurpassable. I mean, I have looked to other places. I've traveled all the way across the country. Everything is perfect as far as everything is the golf course, the rolling of the greens. Everything that I've encountered has just been absolutely incredible. And for the money that you spend, for the value that you actually get, it is unsurpassable. I'd recommend it for anybody.
I'm Anne. I'm a scientist.
Recycling takes a team.
Why don't you let me and me help you out?
Everyone plays a part. Don't trash
I love taking stuff apart and building new things out of it.
what could be treasure.
Pal's my most advanced android.
This is awesome.
You haven't seen anything yet.
Give your cardboard box another life. Recycle.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
The Players Center is offering big, splashy musicals as part of their Broadway series this season, but they have a second performance series that offers cutting-edge, contemporary plays in an intimate black box setting. Artistic director Jeffrey Kinn is here with a look at their newest play. Tell us about The Price.
The Price is an Arthur Miller play. It was written in 1968. It was nominated for some Tonys. It is kind of one of his lesser-known plays, but it is magnificent. And the reason is I always love to look for those pieces that are amazingly important from back in the day, but now resonate to our contemporary culture. So The Price is very simply about a group of family, and they have a lot of furniture that was left to them by their father, and they have to clean out this attic. So they call in an appraiser to come in and give them the price. So that's where the name comes from, but what you find out in the course of this two-act, just super powerful play, is that each one of those family members has paid a price for the decisions that they've made in their life. And there's some just great knockdown, drag-out fights. I watched the final dress last night. I'm getting goosebumps right now.
Oh, wow.
The ensemble is amazing.
Now, most of us know, of course, Death of a Salesman from Arthur Miller.
Right.
But how does this compare? Is this funnier? Are there moments of comedy?
There is, absolutely.
Okay.
You do get a husband and wife team that in this, that just some of their interaction is priceless. And Alyssa Gowdy, some of the takes where she's just seething at her husband are quite humorous. So there is humor there, but it probably is one of our best ensembles I've seen in our backstage theater.
And such a great setting for, you are literally feet from the actors in that black box
and
setting.
of course, the furniture surrounds you, so it's very atmospheric as well.
How cool.
Yeah, it's a very exciting piece.
Well, it opens this weekend.
Yes.
It opens March 15th and runs through March 25th. For tickets and info, you'll want to visit theplayers.org. Coming up next, it's time for some spring travel, and Bianca's bringing us some must-have items for our suitcases.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
Rugs as Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
The 2018 Sarasota County Fair is set to begin March 16th through 25th. This year, there'll be rides for everyone, thanks to Bell City Amusements. Experience your favorite entertainers, along with some new and exciting acts, like the Tiger Encounter, the Kachunga and Alligator Show, comedian ventriloquist Steve Brogan, plus our new and exciting SRQ Schools at its best. And remember, ride armbands all day, every day. The 2018 Sarasota County Fair, March 16th through 25th. See you there.
WWSB ABC7 is an equal opportunity employer, and we're looking for qualified people to join our dynamic team. For a list of current openings and to apply online, visit www.mysuncoast.com/contact/employment. If you're a motivated team player and you want a rewarding career in a fun, fast-paced working environment, WWSB ABC7 could be the perfect fit for you. Check out our list of openings now.
used to dread getting up and going to work.
I was done with the corporate grind.
I was tired of being a starving artist.
And I started looking around for a business that I believed in, and I kind of wanted to do something a little more green.
My SCORE mentor helped me take the first step.
He helped me create a business plan and helped me implement it.
They've really taught me how to think big.
SCORE helped me to make the unimaginable possible, all for free. I'm here because of SCORE.
I'm here because of SCORE.
Get your free business mentor at score.org.
Welcome back to Suncoast View. We're going to check back in the kitchen with Chef Deepa from the Indian Table. Deepa, you also teach classes, I know, at Louis Modern, and there's a big event coming up this weekend. Tell us about it.
That's right, yes. We're creating an Indian street food event at Louis Modern outside. With the beautiful weather now, it's a perfect setting for an outdoor event. We'll be serving up popular Indian street food dishes, which will be accompanied by a talk about what region, what the etiquette is about how to eat these foods, and it's a family-friendly event as well, so children are welcome.
Oh, it sounds great. I know that it is a ticketed event, though, so people will want to register, and they can go to the indiantable.com to do that. You also, I know, have another cooking class coming up at Louis Modern on March 23rd. We're going to learn a little bit more about that when we join you later on with a cooking lesson. All right, well, spring and summer vacation season is here, and we want to look great, but we also want to keep things low maintenance when we travel. Luckily, lifestyle expert Bianca Jade from MsFit.com is here with some ideas for stress-free vacation style. I love this because I always, you should have seen me, 5 days on a cruise, I had steamer trunks with me. I overpacked.
That's me.
How do you pack smarter?
Lightweight, wrinkle-free, carefree, and versatile. Those are my 4 tips.
So if it doesn't
everything
fit,
here embodies that.
Oh, nice. So if it doesn't fit into those, you don't need to bring it.
Nope.
All right. Well, you brought us some great things. So let's start on the end.
Let's start with a cover-up. That's something that I feel like we often forget because we think we're going somewhere really warm and that, you know, it might not get cold at night. Also, if you're at the beach and then you go to a nice restaurant afterwards, putting a cover-up on will just, you know, make sure you're all proper for the restaurant. So a nice cover-up like this one from LA-based designer Gemma Sands is fun, flirty. It's got these really fun pom-poms on it, and just pull it on over your bathing suit. Looks good with jeans, shorts, whatever. And then this one right here below me is by Anthony Urso. It is a more sleek and athleisure style, and Anthony Urso is a brand that's really making waves in the fashionable activewear category, so that's one to watch out for. I really love how cozy and warm it is, and it has those deep pockets for carrying your sunglasses, your SPF, whatever.
And it's still stylish. I mean, I think about my mom's cover-ups from when I was a kid, look like art smocks.
Schmata.
Yeah, schmata, yes.
Some of those cover-ups are just like, I mean, the trend is loose, long, and billowy, but it doesn't mean we have to look like, you know, we're wearing a blanket. So that's what I love about these, is that they're very feminine.
That's great. All right, now we don't want to miss jewelry. What have you brought for us?
So travel-friendly stackable jewelry is my thing. I'm wearing one of these items. They're from a website called agabumi.com, which sells all these amazing pieces from Bali that are made by Balinese artists. These are great because they're a combination of leather, silver, copper, rubber. These are really beautiful, and they're nice because you want to leave your expensive jewelry at home. You're never going to forgive yourself if you lose that, you know, ring that's been in your family for ages. But these items are still like really pretty. You know, they're beach resistant. I like to say sand, heat, water resistant. So if you get them wet, it's not a big deal. But they're really fun. They're unique pieces since they are made from these Balinese artisans. And again, we have some really great basket bags, which is a trend straight off the New York Fashion Week runways. This is all from that website, agabumi.com.
Before we get into the bags,
fun pieces.
I love about the jewelry is that it is versatile. It's like you could wear that with jeans, you could also dress that up at night.
Anything. And you know, it's just, like I said, carefree, because when you're on vacation, you want to let loose. You don't want to be wearing your super nice stuff. You want to look like you're on vacation.
Yes. All right, so you were starting to talk about bags.
I'm just so excited about these bags because this is the must-have trend for spring and summer. The whole basket bag thing, you're going to see it everywhere. And what the kids are doing is they're dangling a really beautiful sash, you know, silky sash, or, you know, a fringe scarf. They're looping it through, tying it to the strap to give it, you know, sort of like a personalization there. I really love this bag right here because It's protective for my camera, which when you're on vacation, you're taking lots of pictures, right? Maybe you have one of those small digital cameras. This, because it's a woven rattan, or in this case, a bamboo wood, it's going to protect your valuables. Like, I will not put this in a soft bag. I mean, this is like too precious to me. So that's another reason. And listen, this might look a little big for your suitcase, but it's so easy to carry. It's so light to carry that you can, take it as your carry-on.
And change it up with the scarf. That's great.
Yes.
All right, sunglasses. If we're coming to the Suncoast.
Gotta take the sunglasses, and I love velvet eyewear sunglasses because they're trendy, but most importantly affordable, because I can never decide on just one pair of sunglasses. So these sunglasses that you can get on velveteyewear.com have 100% UV protection lenses. They're designed big to cover up and protect as much of our face as possible. And you can get them in the style box, which comes with 3 pairs, 3 different pairs for $129. Hello, that's the price of like maybe half a pair of designer sunglasses. So I love these. You can have so much fun with them.
Wow, and I love these clear ones too, because these, again, you can dress them up, you can dress them down, they can look elegant, they can also look very casual.
Or maybe they're your headband. That's what always happens with me.
All right, bringing your own towel. This towel is amazing. Tell us about it.
Okay, so people sometimes think I'm crazy because I'm always like, oh, I got to pack my towels. They're like, why are you packing your towels? You can get those at the hotel. Well, the towels you're going to get at the hotel, wherever you're staying, are like big plush towels that get wet and heavy. A microfiber towel, like this one from Dock and Bay, dries in seconds, and just if you put it out in the breeze, it packs up, it folds up really slim. It's compact. It's great for a day trip. If you go out to the beach and you just don't want to carry all those towels, you don't want your beach bag to be heavy, this is the way to go.
I want you all to get a chance to feel this.
It feels like nothing.
You're right, and this does dry very quickly, because you're right, the last thing you want to do is take a big terry cloth, a towel that's wet into your suitcase.
I go to Hawaii every year, and I like taking this because I go hiking, and then we get into the waterfalls and everything, and it's great because you don't feel it in your backpack when you're carrying it. And these range from $20 to $30, so they're really affordable.
Now, we want to protect from the sun, and so you are talking about some
Yes. Okay, so reducing the product that you're putting in your toiletry bags by combining SPF and makeup. That's my trick. And Color Science is a well-respected brand in the sun protection category. So you might recognize their Sun Forgettable brush, which is a foundation powder that you can literally brush on. You're brushing on sunscreen that you can put over your base layer or even over your makeup. And they also have a new Total Eye 3-in-1, which protects, corrects, and conceals. So that's pretty awesome.
These are all great ideas. They'll all, not only are they stylish, but they will fit in our bags, which is the most important. Well, you can find out more of Bianca's ideas on her website. That is MizFit.com. That's M-I-Z-Z, fit.com. Coming up next, we have a music lesson from some very talented students from the Wakeland Elementary School.
Download the all-new ABC7 First Alert Weather app now.
Many websites selling medication may look professional and legitimate, but the vast majority of sites selling prescription drugs are doing so illegally. Criminals use websites to sell counterfeit medications that may contain life-threatening toxins. Dot Pharmacy is a website verification program that helps you identify safe and trustworthy online pharmacies. Purchasing medicine online can be safe and easy. Just look for pharmacy to the right of the dot in website addresses.
This is an ABC7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what's coming up at 5 o'clock. A controversial issue for more than a year now, 23 acres of land near celery fields in Sarasota County. Why a group is now turning to the community for suggestions on what should be built there. And we'll take a look at the results of a final study of how Sarasota County dealt with Hurricane Irma. Let's get a check on our weather now with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Thanks, Scott. Right now, 65 degrees, and the dew point temperature is really quite low, 39. This is going to be the coldest night of the week, with low temperatures down into the low 40s to start things off on Thursday. Right now, a brisk wind out of the north-northwest at 13 miles an hour. The pressure still remains high. Those winds are anywhere from 10 to 20 miles an hour out of the west-northwest, a little bit higher near Anna Maria, as well as Minnesota Beach now, 17-mile-an-hour wind at Inglewood. That makes it feel a bit chillier out there. Temperatures across the state, mainly in the 60s. Your complete forecast at 5. See you then.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC7 shows on your streaming device.
This is your brain. This is drugs.
This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
Is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
I'll be right back.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
Music education is a vital yet often overlooked part of a school's curriculum. For many, the school environment may be the only exposure to music that a student has. Well, Ian Seco teaches music at Wakeland Elementary School in Bradenton and joins us to tell us all about their ORF Music Ensemble. And welcome, Ian, and you brought one of your students with you. Welcome,
Yes.
Ivan. All right. Now, we have to ask right off the bat, what is ORF?
Okay, so Carl Orff was actually a famous composer. He also wrote an extensive methodology for teaching elementary school students music, utilizing the elements of sing, say, dance, play, create, and improvise. And then we have the Orff instruments, which are designed to see those things play out.
Okay, now to me, it looks like a xylophone. So is a xylophone part of an Orff instrument? Are all xylophones Orff instruments?
Orff instruments are separate than xylophones. They're specifically designed for kids. They have the actual note names on them.
Okay.
Which is, you don't get this in middle school once you go to middle school. Yeah.
So it's more about the teaching method.
Correct, and the melodic element coming out of music, and they see that through with these instruments as one.
Okay, now you have a whole Orff Music Ensemble at Wakeland Elementary.
Yes,
Tell
I
us
do.
about the group.
Yeah, the Orff Instrumental Ensemble is a ensemble comprised of 5th and a couple 4th grade students as well. We meet every Thursday after school from 3:15 to 4:30, sometimes 5, depending on the occasion that we have coming up. They also devote time to practicing between 7:45 and 8:25 in the morning. In the morning.
Oh my goodness.
And that's
dedication.
depending on meetings. If there's no meetings, they can come in and.
So this is extracurricular then?
It is. It's extracurricular.
But it's great that you offer that in the beginning of school, as well, because
Yes.
they need that time to kind of let it all marinate.
Yeah,
Yes,
what a great way
absolutely.
to start the day. Ivan, you've been in the ensemble for how long?
Since the beginning of the school year, so I'll say about, I want to say, September.
Oh, great. And you all get along real well? Do you like playing with the group?
Yes, it's a lot of fun.
All right. Well, we want to experience some of the fun. So we're actually going to ask you if you could teach Jeffrey how to play something on the Orff xylophone.
Can you do that?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so what would be the first thing that I would need to learn?
How to hold your mallets.
Okay.
So you want to hold them here, closer to the end.
Okay.
You want to have your arms kind of bended and elevated.
He needs room.
Kind of like kind of like little drummer boy.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so
then,
I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then when you're playing any note, you want to bounce off the bars.
Yes.
So you want to go, because if you just go straight on, then it won't vibrate. So if you go.
I see.
See.
Okay. And where do you hit it? Do you always try to hit it in the middle?
Yes, you want to go for the middle. And then one thing, just like as a tip, the bigger the bar, the lower the pitch. So here's a big bar, that was a C, and then here's the smallest bar. That's an A, and it's higher.
So can you play something for me that then I'll see if I can
Okay, yes,
match
I'm going to be
that?
teaching you Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star.
Okay, I think I know that too. So I'm glad you started with something easy.
Yes. Okay.
Wow, that is very good. And you made that look really easy, so now I'm embarrassed.
Let's let Jeffrey start.
Okay, so are you going to shout out the letters for me?
Okay.
Would you do that for me?
Okay.
So what do I start? Okay.
Yes.
How am I doing so far?
You're doing pretty good.
I'm a little nervous for you.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
Oh, I thought that was
Right. So, CC, GG, AA, G.
A little delayed.
FF, EE, DD, C.
Great job. You did a great job, Team
That was very good. Thank you.
Well, Ian, you actually brought a whole other crew. You brought more people from the ensemble, so
Who are
we're
still
going to
much
be
better than I
treated
am.
to
Okay.
their performance. So while they go get ready, we want to let you know that there is a Manatee County Music Festival coming up, and the Orff Ensemble will be playing at it. That will be March 19th. For more information about this event, you can visit the Wakeland Music Ensemble's Facebook page. Just go to facebook.com, look up Wakeland Music. All right, it looks like they're all about ready. Ian and your ensemble, take it away. Fantastic! The Wakeland Orff Ensemble performs with area music groups. They will also be at the Manatee County Elementary Music Festival on March 19th. For more information about that event and many others, go to their Facebook page, Wakeland Music. Next, get out your calendars and your wallets. We'll have a fun shopping event we want to tell you about this weekend.
All hands on deck. What's up? I want to point out 3 tips for using the home computer more safely. Point away.
First, stop. Make sure your software is up to date and that you've password protected your computer's login and Wi-Fi connection.
Next, think before visiting a site, opening attachments, or clicking on links.
Then connect, knowing you're helping make the web safer for you
and for everyone. Make Stop, Think, Connect part of your daily online routine.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
They are the greatest fighting force the world has ever seen. But what does it take to bridge the distance and keep them connected to family, home, and country? What does it take to strengthen our service members so they can be the greatest force for good in the world? It takes a force. Be a force behind the forces. Give today at force.uso.org.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Well, 'tis the season for lots of visitors here on the Suncoast, and we have a great idea for anyone that's coming to visit. Okay. You can take them to St. Armand's Circle. This Thursday is Ladies' Night. They do this every month. It is the third Thursday of the month from 5 to 9. Many of the stores around the circle participate. You can find the participating stores. They have a balloon out front. There are deals, there are specials, there are wonderful, from the food to the shopping. It's a great thing to take your visiting family to, or even if you live here and no one's coming to visit you.
Exactly right.
It's a great event. You can find out more on their Facebook page, but that is this Thursday, March 15th. All right, well, while you're going to St. Armand's Circle, we're going to go to the kitchen with Chef Deepa. We'll be right back learning how to make some wonderful Indian food.
Yay.
Download the all-new ABC7 First Alert weather app now.
Glasses and contacts. You need them to see, but they put such a strain on your life. Due to new advances in vision improvement technology, LASIK is now affordable for almost everyone, with procedures starting as low as $299 per eye and over 1 million procedures performed by our trusted independent surgeons. LASIK surgery is a sensible, safe, and affordable solution to improve your vision. So call now to talk to a LASIK Vision Institute counselor and schedule your free evaluation.
1-800-813-0109.
This is an ABC7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. On the 1-month anniversary of the Parkland school shooting, police now releasing more 911 calls from that tragic day. Taking a quick look at First Alert traffic right now, we are seeing an accident at the intersection of State Road 70 and US 301. Traffic is moving slow in that area, heading east and west. Now let's get a check on our First Alert weather forecast with Bob.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are looking at a cold night ahead. Low temperatures in some places here in the upper 30s in our viewing area. We'll have a look at that, how cool things will get across our area. Right now, 65 degrees, a bit of a wind out of the north-northwest, making it feel a little bit chillier out there. The barometer is still high at 30.09. That continues to rise. Winds are out of the west-northwest, and until we get rid of that northerly component, temperatures are going to stay a little bit below average. We'll have the latest on our forecast, let you know when things will warm up, coming up at 5. See you then.
ABC7, the Suncoast's official Florida lottery station.
It's time to take a road trip.
Alabama's got 100 road trips, and some of the best are music to your ears, like the Alabama Music Hall of Fame. Or head over to Muscle Shoals and Fame Studios. Are you a star yet?
My mama thinks so.
Or, if that's your stomach I hear grumbling, our barbecue is almost a religious experience. Food good here? Best in the country. Alabama's got 100 road trips.
Which one you gonna take?
To be able to just get my son here and not think about how we will pay for it, it just takes so much weight off of my family. St. Jude allowed me to focus on being a mom to Bryce. And sometimes I'm just in awe of the impact St. Jude has, not only on this community, but the world.
ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Watch ABC7 wherever you are, on our live stream, on mysuncoast.com, on the ABC7 My Suncoast app, powered by the Eye Associates, providing sight for life, featuring traffic maps and live radar, dining with recipes, and My Suncoast Restaurant Guide. Visit mysuncoast.com. Click on the Apps tab to download the ABC7 My Suncoast app for Apple and Android.
I just need a second.
Is your weight holding you back and affecting your health?
Did you see this? Your cousin had a heart attack.
Really?
Excess weight or obesity can be serious, but you can do something about it. Visit yourweightmatters.org. Download the free toolkit to prepare you to speak with a healthcare provider. Your weight does matter. Accept the challenge and take charge today. Visit yourweightmatters.org.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs. And you learned how to not ignore yours. I discovered how to make healthier meals. And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Coming up Thursday at 4, the Suncoast's hot real estate market is in the national spotlight. The new DIY network show Buyers Boot Camp features homes from our area. We'll meet the host and hear his tips on how to buy and upgrade properties to make some extra money. Florida Studio Theater takes us back to the birth of rock and roll with a musical performance from Blue Suede Shoes. Plus spring break ideas for the whole family, plus the kids. And my delicious blog is in the kitchen.
Welcome back. We're here with Deepa from the Indian Table.
Hi.
And what are we making, Deepa?
Okay, today we're making very simple spiced aloo samosa cups,
right.
which are so simple to make. You can see right here, you probably smelt it earlier. I started these onions off early. One of the keys to good Indian food to introduce a depth of flavor is just making sure your onions are nice and caramelized like this.
Right. Just like Ethiopian food.
Absolutely, there you go. And then to this, there were some cumin seeds that were also sauteing alongside the onions.
It smells
so good.
So wonderful.
Okay, well here comes the best bit.
Okay,
we're going to add some fresh garlic and
Is that
fresh
this here?
Yep, and fresh ginger, and you will smell. And we have to make sure we're using fresh garlic. It's always something that I try
Slice
to
it and dice it. And
yeah, this is just crushed, not store-bought. Yeah, and Joey knows how much I hate that. So
Can we put this whole thing in?
absolutely put it in.
Oh, wow.
We love garlic, and it's going to smell so good.
It's a blood cleanser, right?
It is, and it's so good for you. And when it's sautéed off like this, it takes away the raw smell, because that's what people sometimes try to avoid. They're like, oh, it might smell. It smells now, and it smells really good. But when it cooks, and when it cooks, we just So what we're trying to do is just reduce that pungency, but you still get the depth of garlic flavor. And then we're going to add some fresh ginger. Same thing again, fresh ginger that's been crushed. You can put all of that in. And this really creates the base for many Indian curries, and which is why I always tell my guests and people who cook with me how easy it is. I mean, that's not hard at all. No. And look how delicious it looks and smells.
And what's the oil that's in there?
I just use canola oil because it has no fragrance and it keeps everything neutral and it lets the flavors come out. So I'm just going to increase the heat a little bit. And now we're going to add some tasty heat. So do you guys like spicy food?
Yes,
okay,
but
good.
that looks like a lot of spice.
Yeah, we're not going to put all of that in, don't worry. Which is why I always ask, and you can control how hot. Again, you know, people are like, oh, I don't like Indian food because it's too spicy, but
is this jalapeno?
It's all Jeffrey's fault if your mouth burns, not mine.
Is that good?
What kind of pepper is this?
This is Serrano, okay? And you can use jalapeno. You can add a touch more if you want.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, just a touch, because we're adding these to potatoes, which absorb a lot of flavor anyway.
Okay,
so how does that smell
peppers,
this far?
It's the seeds, right?
The seeds are what create the heat, absolutely. So you have to be careful when with your hands.
On the seeds.
So Deepa, that was an interesting point, because it's going to potato, we can go a little spicier than we normally would.
Right, that's right. So now we're going to add some spices, some actual spices to create that Indian flavor. So now you've got your base here, which is so simple, smells great.
Yes, we love your spice wheel. This is
it is a wheel of spice.
It is.
Wheel of spice.
That's an excellent term. Yeah. Okay, so to this one, we're going to add a bit of turmeric that we talked about earlier. Let's see, I'm saying it the correct way now, right?
Turmeric, whatever. Yes.
You know, the yellow powder.
Let's cut the whole thing off.
Right. Here's some garam masala. This is my secret mix.
Yes, I was going to say that comes already mixed.
Well, I actually make this myself.
I knew it, just like my mom, right?
Yeah, please stir it.
Like I want to spice.
I just wanted to make sure that it got in there.
No, absolutely. Stir it.
So you make it yourself?
I make this myself, and I also sell it, or just started to now, because a lot of people want to buy it because they can recreate these flavors that they produce at the classes. So look at that. Look at the change of color, the smell. We're going to add a bit of salt to this, maybe a little bit more because of the mixture that I have.
I always love it how cooks
you're good.
always just guess at, it looks like you're guessing at how much goes in.
I know, I always have to taste as I'm going just to make sure.
Absolutely, do that as well. And that's it, that's your base done. We're just going to add that to the potatoes now.
Okay, wow, you're gonna allow me?
Of course I am.
Wow. This is dangerous
Because
since
it's so
I don't
easy.
cook.
It's so
I don't know,
easy.
you look like a pro.
Really?
Yes.
I'm a good actor.
That's great.
That's good.
And the Sheba, if you want to stir that into the potatoes.
I can pretend that I cook as well.
That's fine.
Watch
You're
this. Do I look
stir
stiff?
it in. No, you're perfect.
Work it, work it, work it.
No, you guys are good.
Oh my goodness,
And if you
the
stir it in,
colours are
look at the
beautiful
colours.
too.
Do you see how you're getting the Indian food colour that people ask how we achieve?
That's right. From
and
the spice that you make, thank you.
Well, it's easily accessible, as I say. So typically, samosas are triangle. All we're going to do is put them in these little phyllo cups that I baked already. And atop of these shot glass chutneys.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, put that on
These
there.
are great too because we can walk around with them.
Absolutely.
So as Sheba finishes dressing these
it.
up, we do want to remind you that this is you can see Deepa at Louis Modern this weekend as part of the Indian Street Food Experience. You'll want to get your tickets, register early. It's a great event outside at Louis Modern. Also, you have a cooking class coming up on March 23rd.
Absolutely.
The Indian Table. You can find out more information at her website, theindiantable.com. It'll be right here at Louis
Cheers,
Modern.
absolutely.
All right, well, we're going to say our goodbyes. Bianca, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you guys. This is a great way to go out.
Jeffrey, thank you.
Always
Sheba,
fun, always a party.
pleasure.
Always fun.
All right, everyone, take your shots. Don't forget, take some time. Enjoy the Suncoast view.
All right, put it on.